welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be basically sprucing up like a cheap soap dispenser. So I'm just going to write hand soap on it, and it's just going to make it look a little bit better. So here I'm just typing out the word hand. I am choosing my font, and that is Comic Sans. That is a font that I believe is on my computer, so your computer may or may not have it. Here I'm just shifting it around because I'm going to have hand going, what do you call that, vertically, and soap will also be kind of going vertically, but in an opposite way, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'm choosing the size based on the size that my soap dispenser is. So I just measured my design about a 1/4 inch smaller, height and width a 1/4 inch smaller than what the actual size is. So you definitely want to measure your dispenser so that way you get it the right size. You don't want it to be too big, and you don't want it to be too small for your device either. You can also play around with the letter spacing. As you can see, the spacing between the word hand is pretty small, and the spacing between the word soap is a little bit larger, but it's just up to you. Feel free to play around with it and get it to something that you feel comfortable with. You can see, of course, what I'm doing here, but feel free to make it your own. Try something different, try something new. You never know what you might end up liking that you never tried before. So I just made sure that my word hand and my word soap are both on the same Y position. This is not necessary, but that's just something that I wanted to do. So now I'm just going to attach it together so that when I go to cut it, it moves as one piece, or it stays together. I am going to be using some Oracle 651. That is permanent vinyl. That is the best vinyl to use for this project. So you can kind of see here that this is what it looks like once it's cut. I am using my front camera, so it is opposite, but yeah. So I'm just going to weed this out, and then I will be picking it up with some transfer tape. This is just some of that cheap transfer tape from the dollar store, but you can use Cricut transfer tape or any type of transfer tape you have. Just be careful when doing it. You want to make sure you get it to stick properly, and you don't want to cause any wrinkles in your design. Most people would have, cut the portion of the vinyl out where the design was, but I didn't want to do that, which made it slightly harder to pick up the design, but I don't know, that's just the way that I wanted to do it this time. also didn't help that I couldn't find my scraper tool to be able to, get that transfer tape on there really good. I still haven't found that. I need to actually look for that. So I finally got my design onto my transfer tape. I did, however, put a border around it. I didn't include that in the video, but I'm actually not going to put the border on the soap dispenser because it did not fit. I had mentioned before how I made my design only a 1/4 inch smaller than what my soap dispenser is. So the gold border that I had put around it is actually just a little bit too big. So I'm just going to take some alcohol and clean off the soap dispenser, just to make sure that there's nothing on it that will prevent the vinyl from sticking to it. You want to make sure you allow that alcohol to dry, because I did not. I normally have my fan on and it normally would have dried very quickly, but I turned the fan off because I was recording, and I didn't want the background noise, which I end up doing a voiceover anyway. But yeah, I did not let it dry, so you'll see me take it back off in a second and just wipe it off. But yeah, make sure it's dry before you actually try and stick that on. And as you can see, my border just does not fit there. It's too wide. So you just want to make sure you're pressing down on that vinyl so that it fully adheres to the glass. I am using a glass soap dispenser. I'm not sure if this will attach to plastic, but feel free to do some research if that's what you would like to try and do. So yeah, and you also want to be careful when lifting up your transfer tape, because you're basically pulling it away from the glass. So you just want to take it slow and lift it up slowly, and after you lift that off, reinforce that vinyl by pressing down on it again and making sure it's fully attached to that glass. So here is the finished product. Something you can do that's quick and very simple. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
Give us a subscribe, hit that button.